For more on Nigeria's new president and the battle against Boko Haram, I'm joined by Nii Akuetteh, Executive Director of the African Immigrant Caucus. Nii, thanks for coming on the broadcast. We've had you on before. Governing Nigeria is not easy. We had the former ambassador from the United States, John Campbell, to Nigeria. And when he was on the broadcast, he was saying there are 250 to maybe 350 ethnic groups, all with their own languages. You've got it split north, south, almost 50% Muslim, 50% Christian. How does Buhari govern this country?
I think, he is actually riding a wave of goodwill. The way he won, because now he won outside his own base in the north, he won in the southwest, and we should give credit to Mr. Jonathan, President Jonathan, who will be president for this month and for May. Apart from what he has done, by the way, he was the one who got the economy to overtake South Africa's. But the way he considered was very classy. So, in fact, I think all Nigerians feel very good about it, even those who lost. All Africans, I can tell you, are very proud that Nigeria has done this. So I think Mr. Buhari will have a lot of goodwill going into governing. The markets have already started picking up. The Naira is strengthening.
Boko Haram, there's been a lot of reporting on that. There hasn't been a lot of reporting on the zoning that's been going on in Nigeria for some time, which I'm sure you're aware of, the north and the south, the Muslim, Christian. Yeah. And Goodluck Jonathan kind of broke that tradition. He was vice president, elevated to president. His predecessor died. Of course, we know the election in 2011. There was some violence as a result of that. Do you think there's added equilibrium now with this change to Buhari?
Yes, I think there is, but I can't say that it's totally smooth sailing because, for one, I've been wondering how will PDP, the president's party, this is the first time they suffered a loss. They've lost the presidency. I mean, they've devastated in some states. So how are they going to handle it? Even Mr. General Buhari's victory came from a quick coalition, a coalition that is only 2 years old, of 4 parties that had regional bases. Now, it will come to sharing the spoils. Are they going to hold together? So I think there are some challenging times ahead of the parties themselves, but for Nigeria as a whole, they can be very proud of what they have done. This is a great democratic achievement, actually, not just for Nigeria, but across the continent.
With this military background, and some say he can be iron-fisted, very strong, is this going to be a deterrent for Boko Haram? I've heard you say in the past you feel like they're on their heels. They're being chased out.
I do. The past 5-6 weeks, the Nigerian army, with the help of the regional armies, and even stories about mercenaries from South Africa and from Eastern Europe, they have actually been on the back foot, definitely. So I think Mr. Buhari, General Buhari, will have to carry it forward. Also, the army is his home, his institutional home. When he's been campaigning, you can see that he was pained by how the army has seemed to have fallen apart. He's going to build the army up, and I think he will finish the job in terms of Boko Haram. Now, this is a terrorist group, so it doesn't mean that we can sign an agreement and the violence is over, but he's going to reduce it. So I feel comfortable, actually, on the security part, that he will carry the job forward.
Corruption, though, has been an issue in that country for some time. How do you tackle it? How do you change that?
I think that is going to be his most difficult challenge. Now, of course, there is the economic problem. The economy has tumbled, but that was because of oil. And if the oil prices start going up, but I think corruption is the most entrenched of the challenges that he's going to face. When he was a military dictator, he tried very harsh methods, including having a former minister, bundled into a crate in the UK and tried to get him back. Now he says that, look, those days are over. I'm going to do everything by the rule of law. So we will have to see. Already I'm seeing in the newspapers, even some of his backers are saying, hey, listen, we know we said we will deal with corruption, but don't expect results overnight. Now, corruption is every country has corruption, and so I don't expect for him to do it overnight, but I think he will give it a good try, if only because that was a major electoral promise that he made.
Nii Akuetteh, always a delight to have you on. Thanks so much for your analysis.
Thanks for covering Africa.